The definition of anxiety is a feeling of worry, nervousness, or unease. Anxiety is a close cousin to fear. At its core, anxiety is simply our body's reaction to stressful, dangerous, or unfamiliar situations. Anxiety basically is a thief. And a thief does three things. It steals, kills, and destroys. It steals our peace, happiness, and joy. Kills our dreams, desires, and aspirations. It destroys our life, stops us from moving forward and living a good and fruitful life. I know for me, I suffered from anxiety for a long time. I felt like a prisoner in my own home. I was too scared to do anything or go anywhere. For instance, when I did leave my home and went to the local store and walked in, suddenly I started to shake and became very nervous. I started to have negative thoughts about myself on how ugly and shameful I was, because I thought everyone was staring at me. I started to panic and quickly looked for a way out. Then suddenly looked around and there was no one there. I was all alone. You see, the thief operates in the mind. The battle is in our minds. That's where the war is being fought. First, we have to know we are in a battle for our very lives and we are at war with our enemy, which in this case is anxiety. Now that we know that we are in a war, we have to know how to fight back against our enemy, which is anxiety. Here are some tools that I use to get victory over the thief. First, you have to retrain your thoughts. What I did was took a sheet of paper and taped it where I could see it every day. Since I was used to calling myself a loser, I wrote the opposite on the paper. I wrote, I am a winner. That way, when I looked and saw what I wrote on the paper, I started to replace my negative thinking with something positive. The more I saw what I wrote, it would change my thinking patterns from bad to good. I became a more positive thinker, and it started my journey down the path of victory. I know someone who wrote on his paper, not true. So when negative thoughts came to him, he would just look at his paper that said, not true. So he could get rid of the bad thoughts. Do you know that after a while, he did not even have to look at his paper? It became so natural for him to say, not true, whenever a negative thought would come up. In the case of anxiety, you could write, I am more than a conqueror. Write something opposite of what you are feeling or dealing with. Some people like to write things out. So in that case, write out, I am more than a conqueror multiple times until it starts to change your mindset. Another thing you could do is to face your fears head on. I'm not saying if you are afraid of water that you should jump into the deep end of a pool. You see, I was afraid to leave my home, so in order to face my fear, I went outside for 1 minute at a time. Then it went up to 2 minutes at a time. Then 5 minutes. And I did this for a while. Before you know it, was taking walks around my house and then my neighborhood. Finally, this led me to join a program at the local YMCA, where I participated in a program called Couch to 5K, where they trained me to run a 5K marathon. I will tell you, it was very hard to do, but I faced my fears. My goal was to run the entire race without walking and finish the run. And I did it. And so can you. You just have to fight back against your enemy, which in this case is anxiety. I know you can do it.